Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, things are still looking good, very hot, very exciting. So today let's talk about where Bitcoin and Ethereum will pump to by year end. I think that's a pretty good questions that people have about Bitcoin and Ethereum and where everything else is going. So let's talk about it, and let's talk about everything else that's going on in the world of crypto today. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. So we're starting out the day 70,800. That's not too shabby. We've been bouncing from right around like 70,800 to as high as 71.4 or 5. We're kind of going sideways, but obviously yesterday was a spectacular day. We went up more than 10% for Bitcoin, and Ethereum went up 20%. In fact, it's still going. Look at Ethereum's chart. It is on fire. You don't even really see that consolidation. It just keeps going higher and higher and higher, right? So these two are definitely leading the way, and many others are being carried along for the ride. So what is going on? Well, let's see. Well, obviously, you guys know Ethereum jumps 20% on renewed optimism for ETF. Bitcoin also rallies. We know that, but what's the latest? I'll get to that in a little bit, but this is kind of like jump-started a bull market again, or the parabolic market once again, and that is, of course, absolutely fantastic. Whenever we get big pumps, we get a lot of shorts being wrecked or getting liquidated. So yes, if you're looking at the shorts, no good from yesterday. I mean, this was over 300 million, and even this morning we had probably another 20, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, about 15, 20 million more shorts getting liquidated. In fact, it's so bad that basically 1 month of short positions just got liquidated within the last day or so. Okay, so those shorts are, or shorters, I should say, are not feeling so good right now. The bulls are definitely back. You know, I don't know why anyone wants to short Bitcoin, honestly. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? And yesterday, of course, when it comes to ETFs, very spectacular. You know what? I haven't checked out the volume or the numbers from Hong Kong's ETFs. I'm wondering if they are going up as much as the ones that we're seeing in the US and Wall Street. So yesterday we had another spectacular day. 237 million inflow. Okay, on top of the Friday's 221 million, and on top of Thursday's 257 million, that's $750 million already. And even Grayscale had an inflow of 9.3 million. BlackRock had 66 million, and others, Fidelity and ARK also 60 plus million. So again, this is not to stop. This will only increase and escalate from here on out. So that's why it makes me wonder, because the Hong Kong, let me see if I can find it, because Bitcoin treasuries, because they were already 300 million before we had the pump. I'm wondering where they are. Well, if you're looking at this, hopefully this is updated. So you have Grayscale that's leading the way, and then you got BlackRock and Fidelity, and then you got CoinShares out of Switzerland. Yeah, and then you got ARK and Bitwise. Where's the Hong Kong ones? I don't know if they're listed in here. I don't think they're listed in here. Okay, I'll find the numbers, but I'm really curious to see if they're close to 1 billion yet, because they were at 300 million when the market was still low, and then now we start pumping up. So I'm wondering if they're feeling the same kind of FOMO we are in the US, right? But with that said, all this FOMO is, of course, bring a whole bunch of money into the market. So entire crypto market, added $500 billion just compared to a few weeks ago, May 1st. 500 billion. That's crazy. Bitcoin went up 22% this month alone. It's only, a few thousand away, 5%? 5% away from its previous high. Okay, and again, how quickly sentiment and things change. Just 2 weeks ago, it seemed like it was bearish. People were getting bearish once again as we were hovering around 60,000, and we even touched upon 50,000. And people were getting bearish. I'm like, come on, guys. Come on. Let's not forget the 30,000 days or the 20,000 days that actually happened not too long ago. Right? We were hitting at 30,000 in February. And I'm like, how could you be bearish at $60,000? Well, things have changed really quickly within 2 days. Now, sitting at 70, once again, people are, once again, bullish and excited. But, I mean, like I've been saying before, it's okay that the market goes down and takes a dip. It's okay to have some volatility. In fact, if you view it as volatility as buying opportunity, then you'll be cheering for it. Okay? But yeah, that's obviously quite amazing to move so much in such little time. And Ethereum went up 31% for the month, right? And if it keeps on going, we're going to mimic what happened in 2017. In fact, we're mimicking it exactly, but we're ahead of the game because we're not in 2025. The last halving event, or 2 halvings ago, the halving event was 2016, and Bitcoin didn't break its previous high until 2017. So basically, we had to wait a whole half year or so before it happened, right? This time around, we broke all-time high already, even before the halving event. So the pattern looks similar. It's just the timeline is much quicker versus the previous cycle. But if we do follow it, I mean, this is projecting that Bitcoin will be at like 300,000, 400,000 by the end of 2025, the way we're going right now. I mean, it would be absolutely wild. I mean, is that unreasonable though? Is 300, 400, 500,000, 600,000 unreasonable by the end of this cycle? I don't know. We'll see. This keeps on going, guys. Bitcoin never stops. It never does, right? There are a lot of predictions that place Bitcoin at 150,000 by the end of this year. In fact, I've already called it. I think Bitcoin will be at 100,000 by July. Okay, that's only 2 months away. The way we're moving, we could certainly be at 100,000 by July. And if we're at 100,000 by July, 150,000, just another 50,000 by the end of the year, does not seem unreasonable. And if we end the year at 150,000, to double to 300,000 by the end of 2025, that also does not seem unreasonable, right? So that is the path for Bitcoin. And there are so many things that show it. And here's another pattern. Weekly bull flag confirmed with yesterday's close. Target is $100,000 coming up. And you know where that's pointing to? 100,000, yes, but it happens right around July, which is what I've said. I said that back in like January or February. I'm like, the way we're moving, how fast things are moving with the ETFs, we can definitely see, say, 6 figures by July. Okay. Maybe I said that in March. Not January. Because I'm that good. But things are moving really well. Okay, for Bitcoin, but also for Ethereum. Ethereum, are we going to get that spot ETF? Now everyone thinks so. Everyone thinks that we are going to get it. And if we do get it, this will definitely help pump markets even more. So the narrative 100,000 by July, it's almost certain if this happens. Okay, so the SEC only wanted light updates. What do the light updates mean? Basically, they wanted all the issuers to remove the staking part. That's what I said before to you guys. I think the SEC does not like staking. They still consider any projects that stakes a security. That's why when all these fund managers, they kind of pushed the envelope a little bit. And they're like, yeah, we're going to include staking. I'm like, I think that's a big mistake. Guess what? You know what they asked to be removed? Staking. That's what it is. Right? Fidelity amends spot Ethereum ETF S1 filing, states the trust Ether will not be staked. That's it. Basically, they're going to remove staking from the equation. And that is what the SEC is. That's what they want. That's it. That's it. So if that's really the case, and this is expected to be turned in by 10 a.m. today from all the fund makers, this is exactly what happened before Bitcoin ETFs were approved. You know, at the very beginning when Gary had no intention of approving them, so he would just delay the application, delay until the very last moment. And then all of a sudden the SEC wanted these like updates, like quick updates before a deadline. And I think that was what? That was back in December, or maybe like afterwards, the beginning of the year. It was around that time. And then all of a sudden we got approval, right? And really no one thought we were gonna get approval. And then all of a sudden Gary's like, yeah, he put out that video saying, well, we got sued and we lost. We have no choice, so we're doing it, right? So it kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like somehow Gary just said, you know what, I'm on my way out. I need some job security from BlackRock or something, or Fidelity, so I got to do it. I don't know. There's no really pending losses you go lose over this, but regardless, it seems like it's going to get done. It's just, even Standard Chartered says that, the Ethereum spot ETF approval will come this week. And they are predicting that Ethereum will be at $8,000 by year end. Okay, $8,000. That is more than double from where it is now. So that's about right. If Bitcoin hits 150,000, Ethereum can certainly hit 8,000. If Bitcoin hits 150,000 by year end, Ethereum will probably hit more like 12 to 15,000 by the end of this year. Right? So that's actually a very conservative number, because Standard Chart also said Bitcoin could end the year at 150,000 or it was 120,000 or something, or 150,000. I don't know what they predicted, but regardless, if you're a ETH fan, okay, you should be happy, because this is very, very exciting. And look at how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 waiting. Although the conversion in Ethereum Trust, they did pull out. When in doubt, pull out, I guess. They did. One of their trusts is being pulled out. So I don't know if they're just making a new one or what. So if this happens, basically all the guys that have a Bitcoin spot ETF will have an Ethereum spot ETF. And they will drive in. Where's BlackRock on here? I don't even see BlackRock. BlackRock has theirs too. Basically, we're going to see hundreds of millions to billions flow into Ethereum as well, right? So that is absolutely going to be fantastic. And then, Ethereum-based projects right now, like Lido, the biggest liquid staking platform for Ethereum, up 35% in a single day. That is absolutely fantastic. Also, Uniswap, one of the biggest DEXs. I can't say the biggest DEX anymore because that belongs to Jupiter now. But one of the biggest DEXs out there, even Uniswap, at $5 billion, went up 23%. So, fantastic. And you got Bonk, which has nothing to do with Ethereum, but I just wanted to mention Bonk has caught on fire recently. I don't know why. They're up 31% today. 31%. All right. I think that's pretty much it overall, guys. We're sitting pretty above 71,000. I think, I've shown this before. Where all the order booked, um, where the heavy volume is on all the exchanges. I had this where there was like kind of like a picture of all the heavy orders where they were on the exchanges and where all the sell walls are and so forth. I mean, I remember the last time I showed it, basically they were all around 73, 75,000. So we're not even there yet. I think with a little push, we'll be back to all-time high. We'll probably get to 75,000. And then after that, that's where it's going to get nutty once again. We don't know where Bitcoin's going to end up. 80,000, 85,000, 90,000 with the next push. Okay, there's no sell pressure at those levels anymore. It's just wide open, unknown territory. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And Ethereum keeps on going. Ethereum is not stopping. 38.28. It's going to break 4,000 soon. The only thing that breaks my heart right now is Solana. Solana is lagging because a lot of people are selling Solana now for Ethereum, and that's a big mistake. Solana's not going anywhere. Solana is going to continue to be a powerhouse, and will probably trend towards $1,000 by the end of the year. But that's the only thing that's breaking my heart right now. All right, let's do some Q&A. Got almost 5,000 people tuned in this morning. Welcome, everyone. All right, let's see here. Skillful says Bonk and Pepe are the only memes you need. Right now, Bonk and Pepe are very strong. Look at that chart for Pepe. That's a 1 hour chart, but let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, guys. And Bonk is also good, but not as good as Pepe, which is weird because Bonk is actually on Coinbase and Pepe isn't. But somehow Pepe is stronger. That doesn't quite make sense to me. I can't imagine if Pepe was actually on Coinbase, how much stronger it would be. Both of these are just killing it right now. And Shiba and Doge aren't doing too bad either, but they're just not as good. And WIF somehow went on vacation. WIF have just not moved at all. I have no idea what's going on with WIF. That's just really, really strange. Creepy Sheepy says, the only thing I dislike of 400K Bitcoin is that means you're retiring. Well, yeah. I can't be doing this forever, but I'll do other shows probably, things that, well, whenever I get bored or other things that I enjoy more. Jay Martin says, I'm waiting for a Litecoin ETF. I am not. Alex has smashed the like button. Great. Yes. How do you think BOEM will hold up this market or this cycle? BOEM, kind of like WIF, is not doing much right now. It can pick up. When money starts flowing, you know what happens? People just put money in random things. Sometimes I do that too. I'm like, I need to put something in somewhere, and I don't know where to put it, right? So it's like, I think as the market continues to trend upwards, you go see everything start skyrocketing, just like all previous cycles. Jay Pauley, NVIDIA announces quarterly numbers tomorrow. ETH potential, probably ETF, parabolic Bitcoin. It's going to be a good week. Yeah, I did see that. I saw this at CNBC. Basically, NVIDIA is going to report tomorrow. Their estimated numbers are mind-boggling in terms of how much they're making. Year over year growth and revenue and profits are all going to be sky high. And if they have another spectacular quarter, it's going to jumpstart the entire tech sector, and all the AI plays in crypto will probably pump, and it'll help Bitcoin and Ethereum and others pump more. I mean, I would not bet against NVIDIA. My 3x leverage on Injective looking good. Good job. Good job. I said those, those small leverage plays, 2 to 3x, they work if you could stay with them, right? Like if you don't get too greedy and start changing them to 10 or 15 or 20x, which is more exciting, but it's a lot more dangerous. You get stop lossed all the time and you get liquidated. Oh, Bitcoin's taking a little breather today. Just a little breather. Not today, just right now. I still haven't recovered my license plate from the Dubai rain. Do you live in Dubai? What happened to your license plate? Did it fall off? Big Red finally break out its downtrend. I did see that this morning. I checked my portfolio. Was pleasantly surprised by Big Red. They're like up 40% today or something. Yep. 5.4 million. That's good to see. Good to see people still supporting Big Red and coming back to us. So that's fantastic. Frank says, I agree with your Bitcoin predictions. Thank you, Frank. George, prediction on Render's bull run. Can it hit $100? Yeah. Yeah. Within the next year and a half, can it hit $100? I think so. I think there's a possibility. Thoughts on NFTs making a comeback? Han, never say never, I guess. But right now, NFTs have no momentum whatsoever. Like zero. Because everyone rather FOMO into memes than NFTs right now. But who knows? Maybe there'll be some fantastic games or projects that get NFTs to be hot again. And then they could come back at the end of 2025. Mid to end of 2025. But right now, does not seem like there's any interest in NFTs or NFT marketplaces because you mentioned Rarible. Jeff White, new member, welcome. Will Sandbox and Metaverse be any good again? Pooja asked. It's tough. Just like NFTs, Metaverses are not very hot right now. Can they flip back around and become hot? Sure, it could happen. It could definitely happen. I know a lot of projects that are still in the Metaverse play. Besides just Sandbox and Decentraland, there are many others that are in that space. And I think they still have a chance. I'll probably cover some of them. They're kind of like games, They're in the gaming sector. I'll probably cover some of them in the future. But right now, they're not moving. But, again, they can. What was Sandbox at? Sandbox having a good day. 8%. They're still at $1 billion. So, as a project, they're still not doing too bad. Count Ivy. Is Galahad a buying opportunity? Is gaming will get a second win along with AI? I don't know. Gaming and AI, they're too loosely connected. I don't think it's gonna be driven up because of AI. But as for gaming itself, also a little weak. But you know, there are so many good games coming out right now. I think the gaming narrative is going to pick up either later this year or next year. So, yeah. As for Gala itself, there's many good things and bad things about Gala. So I don't know. Gala migrated a new contract address because of the hack, I'm assuming. I don't know if this has been updated or not, or what's going on. Yeah. So I don't know what the next plan or the plans are for Gala. Pat Brad says gaming industry is in turmoil. Stick to projects that have absolutely no connection to VC money that pushes ESG agenda. I don't know if that's true, man. A lot of projects, a lot of L1s, L2s also have VC money, my friend. A lot of projects have VC money. A lot of them do very well with VC money. Some don't. Some has bootstrapped, but I do get what you're saying about the ESG initiative, but yeah, sometimes you need that VC money. You missed the news that Grayscale CEO Michael Sonneson was fired yesterday. No, I didn't. I just talked about it last night, and that's no surprise, and it has nothing to do with the rally right now. How do you feel about Shrapnel or Wilder World? Another good thing for blockchain games is most AAA game makers have been getting too greedy. The funny thing is, from talking to gamers and gaming studios, they still feel like, or no, gamers in general, not gaming studios. Gamers feel like gaming studios are too greedy, and the move to crypto is also another sign of them being greedy or greedier. So that's why so many gamers are turned off by Web3 projects, and that kind of sucks, right? There are inherently a lot of great things that Web3 games brings, but most of those gamers don't care, or they get turned off by it. So now game makers that are in the Web3 space, they have to be, they tiptoe or dance around, Web3 features, or they hide them. Bobby Crypto says, I want to feel dirty again. Well, it's starting up. It's definitely starting up. Oh, we need Bitcoin to flip right back above to 73,000. ETH is still very strong. Stacks, very strong. Sorry off a little bit because of Bitcoin right now, but man, they just went on a tear too. Pepe. Man, Pepe is still going up. Pepe is not coming down. And Bonk is not coming down. Pith went up like 30% yesterday. I'm debating swapping my ADA bag for more Sol. Got an S70 for Sol, but can't bring myself to get rid of my big ADA bag in case it moves. Hey, you don't have to. ADA just, it just sometimes causes a lot of frustration because it just doesn't move as much as the others. That's how ADA always is. Yeah, so they haven't really moved much here. They're still below their April high, and they're way off from the March high. Most are still way off from our March high, but they're still like 50% down from their March high. So they haven't really picked up any momentum here. So next level is probably 52 cents. After that, I would say it's probably around 56 cents, then 59 cents, then 62 cents. They got a lot of levels to break. I would say for ADA, the one to watch out for would be this one, around 52 cents. If they could break 52 cents, that'd be pretty positive. Jamie says, can you drop your OF link in the chat? Opinion on ERC 404's combos of NFTs and tokens. Not my cup of tea. Hold on. Proppy. It's okay. Basically doing real estate transactions and all the contracts and everything on the blockchain. It's fine. Not something I'm terribly excited about. B, yes, it's very safe. It's the safest link you'll ever click on. No, it's a safe link, guys. It's a safe link. Ming, I lost my Cybertruck reservation, so if Tesla simply waited a day, I may have ordered it yesterday, but they removed my reservation, or they removed the Cybertruck that was reserved for me. What team do you think will win the Western Conference Finals? No, it's a safe link. I don't know. I'm starting to really like the Timberwolves. I think they'll beat the Mavs. I think they will. They got enough manpower to beat the Mavs. Yeah, but Luka is like a beast though. Conley, there's no way Conley can handle Luka. That's the only problem. Conley's way too small for him. So I don't know. Ken Dexter, hey, don't make threats like that, man. When people say they will unsubscribe, I usually ban them from the channel. But I'm going to give you a pass on that one. Yeah, I might get a nice convertible. I was looking at the Lexus LC500 convertible. I might get that because it's nice. The LC500 still looks amazing. and having a drop top on that would be nice to have. And as a nice V8, it drives well. For 2024, they updated their infotainment system finally. So instead of Cybertruck, I might get that instead. S7 asks, what happened to WIF? I like to know too. WIF is like the only meme that is not moving right now. Pepe and Bonk have gone bonkers. Look at that. I mean, that's just straight up to the moon right here. And Bonk pretty much the same. But WIF just has not moved at all. I have no idea why. Doge and SHIB both are better, but I have no idea what happened to WIF. Maybe Arthur Hayes dumped all his WIF. I don't ride motorcycles, no. Can you get me a 2023 X3 M40i? Well, I can't get you that, but I'm sure you can find that. BMWs are plentiful. Are Tesla interior quality really that bad? I heard they are a cheap plastic mess. They're not that bad. The newer ones are better. The old ones were really bad. The new ones are better, but they suck if you compare them to luxury cars. You can't think of like Teslas as luxury cars. They more or less are like Toyotas, but in EV form with a lot of technology. That's the best way to think about Teslas. You can't compare them to the Germans because you'll be very disappointed if you do. Conley would be on Kyrie. Well, that's still not a good matchup. Kyrie would destroy him. No, Ant-Man already said he's gonna be on Kyrie. So they're not going to play. They're not gonna put Jaden McDaniels on Luka. I doubt it. If anything, they should switch up. But I think you're right. Conley should play Kyrie, and Ant-Man should play Luka. That'll be more fair, and that could be good because Edwards is really, really fast and plays really good D, so he can maybe slow down Luka. But on a defensive end, Luka has nothing. He cannot stop Edwards. That would be very unfair. Gregor, all the plastic junk on BMWs make them hard to work on. I think that's intentional because a lot of these German manufacturers don't want you to work on their cars. They want you to bring it in. That's how they make money. Car dealerships make more money, on service-related items than they do selling the car to you. That's fact. They make a lot more on service than making a few thousand selling you a new car. Avalanche having a good day, above 40. I even predicted that in my Sunday walk video. I said, hey, Avalanche probably hit 40, 45, maybe 50 this week. It's still early. We can still see Avalanche go up another 10, 20% this week. I was dead on with my Sunday walk video a few days ago. I said Bitcoin is going to hit 70, and I was just overall bullish, very bullish this week. Maybe it was just luck, but I kind of just felt it. The ETF inflows kept growing. Grayscale stopped dumping. The volatility disappeared last week. Just seemed like this week was going to be good. Ant-Man will be a new face of NBA. That's the question everyone was asking, like, after LeBron leaves, who's the face of the NBA? Everyone else doesn't seem to be suitable. But I think Ant-Man will be. I think he could do it. He has a mentality to do it, especially if they win a championship this year. I think he will be the new face. Can you TA OKEG on base? Is it a meme coin? I'm not gonna do TA on it, but I'll show the chart. 19 million. That's a pretty solid chart, if I do say so myself. I mean, it does look pretty solid. almost 26,000 holders. Liquidity 1.24. It looks like it's locked in for only only 94% is locked in for 215 years. 1% of the supply for 1 month. So they're not locked. They didn't lock all of it. There's still about 7% left. I'm sure that their reasoning is for marketing or whatever. Looks decent. Bronny is not going to be the next face. I don't even know if anyone wants to draft him. Maybe only the Lakers. And then after LeBron retires, they'll go kick him to the G League. I didn't watch yesterday's stream. Did he buy a Cybertruck or not? No, I did not. And they gave my Cybertruck to someone else. Crypto Mac. Well, only you can answer that question. Kevin Durant is too old, man. He's almost as old as LeBron. He's on his way out. So he's not the face. And because of all his moves, basically people will never consider him an all-time great. He's not in the conversation. Yeah. And the Suns' upset this year really discredited, him more. And then Booker. I never liked Booker. I'm glad to see him not advance. Yeah, in case you guys didn't see it, I pinned my OnlyFans page in this live chat. You guys all should check it out. It's work friendly, by the way. You could click on it, no problem. KD has the best mid-range percentage. Yeah, but no one shoots mid-range anymore. You could even consider KD an old school guy because he has been playing for a long time. He played in a time where, people actually did mid fadeaways and jump shots and mid-range shots actually mattered. Now it's all threes or you drive to the lane. That's it. Threes and drive to the lane. There's no one that takes two-pointers anymore. Let's see. Coinbase today up barely. MicroStrategy down a little bit, surprisingly. GME still going down. Let's do Tesla today. Tesla up slightly today. What's IBIT? Bitcoin ETF still up $40. They're nearing all-time high. In fact, in March, 42 is all-time high, so I bet it's near all-time high. Yeah. But actually, what? That doesn't look right. Did it really debut? Wow, okay. So I bet debuted around $25. It's pretty good gain. Ming, if you're still watching this, you need to get some Bitcoin ETF pronto before Bitcoin hits $100,000 by July. Sunners will come back to the league. Nope. But Wemby is very, very impressive. If he could stay healthy next year, Wemby will pretty much be unstoppable on both ends of the court. But San Antonio needs some help, man. They really suck. But Wemby's rookie season arguably is as impressive or even more impressive than LeBron's rookie season. So, and that's saying a lot. We haven't seen anyone's rookie season that good in decades. When you see a crash in BTC is when you know I lost one. Well, it's still up right now, so I guess it's good. Ethereum ETFs possibly coming by the end of this week. What about Chris Paul? What about him? He's so old. I don't know why he didn't retire yet. Han is asking, if you invest 10K today, Sol, Optimism, ETH, or Pepe, I would divide it among three of those. I would throw Optimism out. I would do 3K basically, 3.33K, and Sol, ETH, and Pepe. I would divide that up like that right now. NBA gave Spurs #1 pick to bring Wemby up with the right coach. Yeah, but they still need to support him. They need a supporting cast. Otherwise, he'll get frustrated. And next year, you know, they're going to double team him a lot more. This year, a lot of teams still let him go. But he will be double teamed a lot more next year. But the good thing about Wemby is he could shoot the threes, but he shoots them at a low percentage. I think it was like only 20 or 30%. But if he could up that to mid to high 30% at three, then he would like be really hard to guard, basically impossible to guard. Do you think Elon Musk will promote a new coin? No. He doesn't even talk about Doge anymore. I don't know what happened. All the excitement, all the hype about Doge, he never talks about it anymore. I don't even get that. Bronny James will not have a better rookie season. Stop it, Ming. You're just trolling at this point. Bronny, he's playing so bad right now, or he did, that scouts don't even think he should be drafted. You think Roaring Kitty will be new Elon when it comes to hyping on the market if he actually did get into memes? Meme coins. Like he just kept posting more and more memes, and eventually that just like people gave up on it. He's not making a call for anything, but if he came into crypto and he actually listed like GME, for example, or AMC with a $, meaning the meme coins, he probably has the most power of any man on earth right now to drive things upwards if he went that route. But he's not, because the SEC is watching him like a hawk, and they'll probably sue him again if he does. So he's probably not going to be doing that. But it would be nice to see him go into crypto at least. BDC is up 200% since Gareth initiated a short. I don't know why Gareth has a short. Like, by now, how could he still be shorting? Just close that short. How do you list yourself as 6'4" when you're really 6'1"? Well, he's 6'1.5". So generally speaking, you know, if you add an inch for your shoes, you're 6'2.5". You round up, you could say you're 6'3". But then he listed himself as 6'4", because even at 6'3", that's relatively small in the NBA. I mean, but yeah, 6'1.5" is, I mean, that's just not that tall. Even though he has over 40-inch vertical, which is fantastic, but still, everyone in NBA has a 40-inch vertical, basically. Like, you're in college or in high school, having a 40-inch vertical, you dominate. You're playing among boys. But when you go to the NBA, everyone is a superstar. Everyone is the best of the best. So being 6'1", playing point guard, and he doesn't even want to play point guard. He wants to be shooting guard. He plays more like shooting guard than point guard. And that's even harder. AI was about 6'1", 6'1". You have to be at that level to excel being a shooting guard in the NBA around 6'1", 6'2". It's so hard. It's so hard. Coin Codex over CoinGecko. They're all the same. They're all the same. Coin market cap is still the biggest. A lot of people like CoinGecko, which is fine, but as long as they show the price of coins, what does it matter? Chuck is pumping today. Is it? I'd like to see Chuck pump. 25%, not bad. Yeah, they're still lower than yesterday. They're not really pumping at all. I'd like to see more of Bitcoin pumping. ETH is still hot. ETH and Pepe. Oh, Pepe finally came down. Ivan says, that's true. I play college football. Oh, that's a big accomplishment to play even in college level. Congrats. But compared to some NFL guys I met in person, I'm small as F. I mean, that's the reality. I mean, when you're talking about pro leagues, there's only so many. There's just a few hundred guys, you know, for an entire nation. And you could argue for an entire world, because especially in the NBA, everyone wants to come to NBA and play. You're talking about the best of the best of the best. The 13th man on the bench would be the best college player by far, right? Like compared to a normal human, it wouldn't even be fair. I think people underestimate how good NBA players are. Robert says, I'm 6 feet and AI shorter than me. He literally looks like that figurine they unveiled. Stop it. He's not that short. I could see how maybe he's like 5'10", 5'11", but he's not much shorter than that. I'd say he's still pretty close with shoes, pretty close to 6. Can you suggest the best project in altcoin? Just one to go with. Solana. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Overall today, still very good. Maybe it's down slightly, but Bitcoin, 150,000 by the end of the year? Quite possibly. 100,000 by July? Quite possibly. And Ethereum, 8,000 by the end of the year? Probably. 10,000, 12,000? Hey, if we get Ethereum spot ETFs, it can happen. So stay strong, my friends. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I will be streaming tonight, but off-site. But I'll still be on the usual time, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one, guys. Oh, I got something important to show you guys.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.